Good morning, class 8th. Let us see today the third and fourth stanza of the poem I Remember, I Remember. Here are some key points. In the third stanza, as a child, the poet seems to be very energetic, but as a mature person, he is facing physical decline. Here, one figure of speech is also given. Simile is used in the line, and thought the air must rush as fresh. So let us see the stanza. I remember where I was used to swing, and thought the air must rush as fresh to swallows on the wing. My spirit flew in feathers then, that is so heavy now, and summer pools could hardly cool the fever on my brow. So, in the first 5 lines, you will find that the poet is talking about his childhood life. He says, I remember when I used to swing on the trees, and the air used to rush very fresh, and the freshness of the swallows. Swallows are the birds. When they move on the wings, they are very fast. So he's comparing. And he says that as a child, I was very energetic. I used to swing with a lot of speed and vitality. And his heart was very light. He could enjoy the vital, energetic atmosphere and the freshness that light in that atmosphere. He says, my spirit flew in feathers then. His spirits were very high. He was inspired to see little things with happiness. And he felt that his life was very light, energetic. No, not a single worry was there in his mind when he was a small child. So, as a child, he was enjoying his life, he was enjoying the pleasures of childhood, but that is so heavy now. But his condition now is very heavy. This shows that he is physically declining. He has grown old now, and no more the summer pools hardly cool his mind and heart. The illness, the fever on my brow, the illness or the sadness, that the agony that he is having in his mind is very bad. It is unable to recover. So, even though the summer pools are very cherishing, flourishing, that summertime in European countries is very beautiful. Flowers are all over around, and the birds chirp all around, and people can move freely, they can enjoy life. But all these things are not able to help him to recover the sadness that is in his mind. So we find that the worldly affairs, the world around him, is unable to help him to recover from his sadness. Then in the fourth stanza he says, I remember the fir trees dark and high. I used to think their slender tops were close against the sky. And as a child, he also remembers the fir trees. They are very dark and they are very tall trees. Their tall trees' tops reached heaven. They are so tall that they can reach the skies, the heaven. So he thinks that even though their slender tops were so much flourishing, now he's giving us a very deep meaning here. He says that were close against the sky. That seemed to be very close against the sky. They were very closer to God. They could get the heavenly blessings. It was a childish ignorance. And as a child, he ignored that. But now, what is the condition? But now it is little joy to know that I am farther off from heaven than when I was a boy. So he says that now it is very little joy to see the tall trees moving so tall, so high towards heaven. Now they don't give me any joy because what has happened? I am not at all having a close relationship with God. What is he saying? To know that I am farther off from heaven. I am far away from God or heaven at present than when I was a boy. That means now I am not so innocent person. As a child, I used to enjoy life. I used to believe in God. I used to believe in relationships. But now, what is the matter? My present is painful, maybe because the worldly affairs has made him very, very hectic. And the sadness that his brother is no more with him to share his sorrows, to share his joys, is making him more and more disappointed. So we find that this poem talks about the comparison of the beautiful past as a child and to the hectic present, or the present that is full of worries and decline. So the poet has beautifully shown the ideologies that a small child has and the mature person has. So we have to get close to God, and we should learn not to be ignorant to the things that are very deep and important, vital for our life. That is the fresh nature and the freshness that comes when we have good relation with God. We get inspired to lead this life in a right direction. So with this, students, we have completed this poem, and I would like to start the new story in the next video. Thank you.